Standard greeting, YouTube viewer, and warm welcome to another episode of the show. Today on Talking About Transformers, we'll be looking at the Legacy breakdown, our fourth and final Stunticon Carbot. He was released in a Legacy box, but he came, I think, in the same wave as Hotshot and the other guys in the first wave of Legacy Evolution. So I'm going to call him Legacy Breakdown, but some people might call him some people might call him Legacy Evolution Breakdown. They're the same thing, pretty much, kind of like a Siege / Earthrise Astro Train and whatnot. There you have him in his car mode. He is a very white car, but on my camera, with the lighting in coming out of my light, he is looking more his G1 color than he is in person. My light might be dying, actually. I'm not sure. But yeah, so I'll probably point this out again in robot mode in case someone skips to that part. But yeah, he is more of a white than the kind of creamy eggshell he's coming up on my camera. At least that's what it looks like to me. It might even just be the fact that I have like a blue light filter on my phone screen. We'll see. Either way, we've got this nice red here on the front, which again in real life is a lot darker than it's coming up on my camera. I don't know what's going on. Hold on a second, let me check my settings. No, that didn't really help very much. But yeah, anyway, there he is. He's got black wheels with the gunmetal paint on the inside, which is the same as a lot of these Stunticon cars. Let me take a look here real quick. The only one who doesn't have paint like this is Dragstrip. You've got the nice blue stripe going down the side and kind of around the back. In the front there, if I forgot to mention it when I got distracted, he's got a nice purpley purple Decepticons there, kind of a smoky transparent plastic for the windshield with the paint on the top. So, you know, the color matched it well enough. For me, there he is from the top. This whole front half is basically just Wild Rider again, and then the back half on the top here has been remolded. And the spoiler is like a parts formed piece, and people are angry and blah blah blah. I don't care. I don't mind it unless they make it two separate pieces. If they do a Voyager Ratchet from Studio Series in the Ironhide mold, his light bar is going to be the same deal. There he is from the bottom. You can see he's got his gun stored here, and this is his other weapon. He only has one gun, but weapon storage that's not on the roof of the car. I dig it. I respect it. I like it. But you can see there's the bottom of the car. He does roll as rolling things I want to do, and that's pretty much it for the car mode. Now he is my favorite Carbot of the group simply because of the weapon storage. Nothing makes me happier than having everything that he uses in a nice clean car with no guns tacked on the top. And we'll go ahead and get him in a group shot with his buddies, and that'll become apparent here real quick that they've got some visible weapons, and I have them in the wrong order. Dead end should have came first. What am I doing? I'm a professional, by the way. Trust my reviews. The information is great. The presentation is where it fails. But there you have your entire Stunticon car team in vehicle mode. The only member left to put in here is Menasor, or no, Motormaster himself, which we do have in hand. He will be the last, second to last review in this series. We'll do Motormaster, his vehicle to robot, his trailer to base mode, and then we'll do all of the Menasor stuff in its own review, where we'll transform the cab, trailer, and all these guys in that review for just the Menasor transformation. But there you have the Carbots. We'll go ahead and take these two off to the side real quick so we can just see how these guys are the same, pretty much completely the same, except for this top panel here. Even these panels on the side where the wheels are the same. It's just the panel with the venting And the pegs are up here for the guns. The pegs are back here for the spoiler. And then you've got different lights here. You've got some roundy lights here and some squarey lights here. And then the robot differences are very minor too. But I still like both of them. And like I said, he's my new favorite because of the weapon storage. But we'll go ahead and we'll get him transformed. And we'll take a look at the robot. So I'll see you guys after the magic of jump cutting. Alrighty, and a couple of seconds for you and a couple of minutes for me while I got things transformed. Here we have Breakdown in his robot mode. He's coming across really tan on my camera for some reason, but he is a nice white color. My light must be giving off more yellow than white for some reason. But yeah, he's definitely a white color. He actually looks more accurate in this color compared to the pure white color to the G1, if I'm not mistaken. But here we have him in his robot mode. He has a blue head with red painted face and yellow eyes. Looks pretty good. You've got that nice silver and blue paint on the chest. Really draws your attention down the middle from the head. Pure white on the waist, pure white on the thighs. He does have painted lower legs and then white feet, so this nice color breakup. He's got the blue stripe on the arm and the blue fists. Would have liked to see some paint on the front, kind of like Wild Rider has the red on the front, but what can you do? A lot of paint on those legs. Here he is from the side with those wheels and the blue stripe as previously mentioned. Here he is from the back with that nice red hood paint, and then a lot of white everywhere else. I have him with these splayed out, and I have Wild Riders splayed in, and I'll kind of explain that in the transformation video, so if you check that out, that would be nice, because while they do share transformation, this guy, I think I'm transforming them now differently than I did before during that video with Wild Rider, because there's a way that you change stuff up, so this way's different. Articulation wise, he does have a rotation at the head. It is probably a mushroom peg again. Let's check. Yep, mushroom peg. No need to put that in the transformation video this time. And then you do have pretty much 90 on the shoulder, a little more. Rotation is going to be hindered by that backpack, the windshield, let alone this stuff, but you can't go all the way around. You do have a 360 degree at the bicep. You do have 90 at the elbow. Wrists move in for transformation if you want that for articulation. He does have a 360 degree waist, which is a part of your transformation, but there you go. His legs do move forward all the way. They do move backwards pretty much all the way, so better than dead ends for sure. They do go out in the splits all the way. You do get your thigh rotation there. You do have a little over 90 degrees at the knee. It is kind of ratcheted though, so you have to have it at like set angles, kind of. If you slowly move it, you can work around it, but it does have stooping spots, which is not in itself terrible. And then for the ankle, we do have tilting, and then do the transformation. You can move it up for your posability. So kind of the same, but opposite of dead ends where his went back, his go forward. And that's pretty much it for posability, unless you want to count this as being posable, because you can have him with his little flapping hood coat of hood coatiness. And that's pretty much it. Now, for accessories, he comes with one gun, and that's his gun, and it plugs into his hand. And then his other accessory is the spoiler of the vehicle. If they wanted to, they probably could have made it two pieces and glued this in and then had it on the back of his legs. Probably wouldn't even hinder the knees that much. If you have a steady enough hand, you could probably go ahead and cut this in half, put them in place, glue them in place, and then this wouldn't be parts forming. But on the back of the box, it shows him holding it like this, and it's, wow, actually, you know what? I was about to make fun of it because it never really held in good for me before. It's not perfect, but it was holding in stronger than I thought it was going to. But on the side of the box, it shows it that you can take his gun and plug it into his hand like this, and then plug this into this port here, and he has got like a machete type weapon made out of his spoiler. So that's pretty good. Jeebus Crispies. Look at that. I'm gonna have to shave that off. Just noticed it. But so you can do that, and then if you want to do that, although I think I prefer it this way. There we go. That's nice. Yep, got that nice machete blade in there, and then you can even leave it on when you plug it back into his arm. He can just have kind of a blade on it. I'll go ahead and loosen it up a little bit so everything can sit in there straight. And there, he's got his little gun, and it's just got a fin on it. So, you know, there you've got breakdown with his weapon. We'll go ahead and get his brothers in the shot, last group shot before we have all of them. Motormaster I have, so his review is hopefully imminent. Depends on when the next time I get to film is. But there you've got breakdown. We'll put in dead end. I have to scooch you over. I could always raise this up, but if I can get him in like this. There we've got Wild Rider, who has the neater tucked in backpack. Let's go ahead and raise this up a bit and move these guys back. Oh yes, that's going to give us lots more space. We can even do it again if we have to. There. We'll put drag strip down at the end. And there we have our 4 Stunticon car bots. And they look pretty darn good together. One thing I really like is with his chest, you've got the silver up here and the red arms, and it kind of draws you into that area, and all this is kind of blah. And then on his, this ab component is the same, but the chest is different, and the blue paint draws you into the inside, and the arms are white. So with him, you're kind of looking down his center. With him, you're kind of just focused on the upper arms, and it does make them look almost different because you're focused on different areas between the two of them, even though the entire front is the same except the head and the chest. So I thought that was kind of neat using the paint to direct your eye. That's just something I noticed. But that is your group shot, and I'm not really good at outrows, so we'll just say see you next time.